Hey guys, welcome to Dolly and Associates. Today we are here at the Cranbrook Fire Department. We're going to learn fire safety and what it's like to be a real-life firefighter. Let's go! We're joined by Murray Robertson of the Cranbrook Fire Department. Thank you, Murray, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So your position is the Fire Prevention Coordinator here in the area.
Yeah, just in the city of Cranbrook.
Wonderful. May I ask, what education or experience is needed to become a firefighter?
First off, it's high school graduation, and then the minimum requirement is your NFPA 1001, which you can get locally at the the College of the Rockies. The training actually takes place in Kimberley at their fire department. And then a lot of departments are actually looking for postgraduate studies or a trade.
Excellent. And there's different types of departments, are there not, depending on the community that they're in?
Yes, absolutely. The bigger cities just have career departments. We're a composite, so we have a career section and an auxiliary as well that assists us. And then some of the smaller departments are just volunteer or auxiliary. Yeah.
So once in a fire department and on a crew, what kind of responsibilities would one have?
Oh, depends on your level of seniority. So obviously the captain will have the highest level of responsibilities, and then it just kind of filters down to the bottom guy. But as you progress through your career, your responsibilities go up and up.
So we spoke of the qualifications that are required, but what do you think are the important qualities for a firefighter to have?
Probably the most important one is the ability to work in a team. We spend a lot of time with each other, and we respond to many different types of emergencies, so we need to be able to rely on each other for fires, medical calls, or MVAs. So we're just always trusting each other that they're going to have our back and we're going to have theirs.
Which must lead into a certain type of family atmosphere?
Oh, absolutely. We're 22 brothers, so obviously we pick on each other and we squabble a bit, but we're very close to each other.
Excellent. And then probably even an extended family, because everyone brings in their own family and you kind of grow up together.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like the kids come at this age when they're enamored with the fire trucks, and then they just grow and grow and grow. And we've even had some that have become firefighters. So.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yep.
Outside of an emergency or an incident call, what would be some of the responsibilities that your team would take part in at the hall?
Lots. The big one that we do is we're always training. So depending on the day or night, we will train generally every day from 2 to 3 hours. So we do have a training building out the back, so we'll be doing actual fire training out there, or we can be doing extrication training up at, we'll go up to Farbrook and we'll cut cars apart. And,
Jaws of life is still
yeah, absolutely, the jaws of life. So we'll practice ripping cars apart, which is a lot of fun. And then medical training as well. We do a lot of medical calls, so we're always working on that as well.
Is there an area that particularly interests you within that education and training that you've had, but something that you really enjoy advancing in, or taking, like ropes training, or maybe you're the guy that loves to, maybe you're the first aid guru on site?
I think everybody who's here, their main one is firefighting. That's why we came. And we do sometimes do some live training as well. But yeah, that's probably the number one is firefighting. And then probably two, most guys like ripping apart cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the Kootenay region being such a forested area and more susceptible to wildland fires, what preventative measures are taken to ensure a healthy season each year?
Well, obviously it depends on the weather. We've actually lucked out this year with a lot of rain, but the city's actually doing a lot of fire smart as well as the RDK, and we've actually been doing some specific interface fire training so that we're prepared if the worst happens. And a lot of our guys actually have forestry experience that they've worked for the ministry. So that comes in handy when we do have grass fires and stuff. Yeah.
Excellent. And what kind of programs out into the community does the department take part in? Or are there projects or programs that you initiate with the youth or with community members?
So we're actively promoting the Fire Smart program, which is kind of put on the owner of the property to do their little bit. But yeah, we actually are doing a burn boss program as well. So some of our members are training so that we can actually do broadcast burns on city lands, just to remove some of the fuel. Yeah, so.
Very cool.
So it's a work in progress.
And then every year, your department and every other across the nation, I believe, goes into the schools during fire prevention, and that's a really impactful piece, I think.
Yes, we actually kind of right now we're focusing on the grade 3s, so we bring all the grade 3s in town and kind of put them through a intensive training course. But this year we're actually kind of hoping to do a bigger community-wide push, so maybe we'll have an open house and get people to come in and check out the fire hall.
Oh, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I always felt the ladder trucks were my favorite when the apparatuses arrived at the school and the ladder went up and the kids got really excited about that. Just it was very grandiose to a little person.
Well, that's funny you say that because this is actually our brand new aerial truck. So our old aerial truck is 75 feet tall and this one is 105 feet. So
impressive.
Yes. It hasn't hit the road yet because we have to train on it,
Right.
but we should be using it in a couple of weeks.
So pretty much your Cadillac.
It's the shiniest one for sure, yes.
And I also hear that there's a lot of charity work and hands-on involvement with the community as well.
Yeah, the two primary charities that we fundraise for is Muscular Dystrophy Canada and then the BC Professional Firefighters Burn Fund.
Okay. And then what's the Burn Fund?
So the Burn Fund is a provincial organization that kind of looks after burn survivors. So it's one of the most painful and traumatic injuries that you can experience. So we have support groups from little kids. So we have a little kids camp from 0 to 5, a teenager camp or a kids camp from 6 to 18. I've actually been fortunate enough to be a counselor. And so I'm going this year as well as a counselor. So first year back from COVID.
Am I allowed to high-five you on that?
Yes. And then we've got a young adult camp, and then we also have adult programs as well. So we push prevention of burns as well. We have a lot of different programs out there, but it's a provincial-wide program.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Aside from that, you also have an annual event that you do in a certain spooky season.
Yes, we do a Halloween dress-up masquerade party or whatnot. And that's our biggest fundraiser for muscular dystrophy and the Burn Fund.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
Excellent.
It's a fun time for all adults.
Structure and wildland firefighting means that you're putting yourself on the line to protect people and property. What initiated that desire for you when you were young? And what would you say to others who might be considering following in those footsteps?
Yeah, I actually got into it late in life because my dad was RCMP, so I always kind of wanted to be a policeman. But I was living in Osoyoos, and my friend's dad was on the volunteer department there, and they were looking for guys, and they said to come by. I said, nah, I'm not really interested, and he talked me into it, and as soon as I went, I really enjoyed it, the team and the camaraderie, and a little bit of excitement once in a while. So I did that for a few years, and then I came out here and took the College of the Rockies program, and luckily enough, I got a career job here. So.
And we're lucky that you did.
Yeah, it's a beautiful area and I love it here. So
excellent.
Won the lottery for sure.
Very good. So now that we've learned the important role that firefighters play and how to become a firefighter, I'm thinking that it's time to do a little learning, and I've asked a couple special friends to join us.
Perfect.
Do you want to head out?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm joined by Knox and Maya, and we are here to learn some home fire safety. Maya, do you remember how to exit a home in case of a fire?
No.
Lucky for us, we have someone here that does know.
Hi guys, I'm Murray. I'm from the Cranbrook Fire Department, and I'm joined by Chris and Chris, and we're here to teach you guys a little bit about fire safety in the house. So right off the hop, we're gonna head into the bedroom and we'll go over what to do in case a smoke alarm goes off.
Let's go!
So we're in our typical bedroom right now. So every bedroom should have two means of egress. So we have our door, which we'll close. And if we have a fire outside that door, then we also have our secondary means of egress, which will be the window. The safest thing that you can do when you're sleeping at night is to sleep with your door closed and also have a smoke alarm in your bedroom. So if your smoke alarm does go off, what we want you to do is get out of the bed, come and check the door with the back of your hand and feel for heat. If there's no heat, you can slowly open the door, take a look out. If there's no smoke, you can exit your house and go to your meeting space and meet up with your family. If you check the door, you open your door a little bit, and there's a little bit of smoke, what you want to do is stay low and go. So the smoke is going to rise. You want to stay down nice and low, and you can crawl out underneath the smoke and go to your meeting place. If your door is hot, there's probably a fire on the other side. So what we want you to do is use your secondary means of egress, which will be your window.
So we're here in the kitchen, which is a very important place to consider fire safety.
Yeah, so the leading cause of house fires is fires that are started in the kitchen. So the big one nowadays with all this new technology, we have distracting iPhones and tablets and Netflix, right? So you start cooking, you get a phone call, you're looking at
YouTube videos
a
are
video
flying
game
everywhere.
or whatnot, and you turn away from the stove. You distracted for a few minutes, you turn back and you have a grease fire. So the one thing you don't want to do with a grease fire is add water to it. It makes it 10 times worse, or actually 1,700 times worse. But when that water hits the grease, it expands, makes your fire worse. So the best thing that you can do is just have a lid beside the frying pan and put that lid right on top of the frying pan. And it's going to smother your fire. Then turn off your element, remove the heat, and just let it sit there.
Simple and safe.
Yeah. So in the event that your clothes catch on fire at any time, a lot of times maybe it's outside a campfire or something like that, what we want you to do is stay calm, and then you're going to stop, drop, and roll. So once you start rolling, that's going to smother the fire. It's going to take away the oxygen from the fire. So stay calm, stop, drop, and roll.
And that's a wrap. Thanks again to my friends Maya and Knox, along with Murray and team from the Cranbrook Fire Department. We had a great day learning fire safety. Don't forget, check out Dolly and Associates on YouTube, Instagram, and of course, Shell Spotlight. We'll see you next time. Knox, Maya, why do firefighters in Athens make every fire worse?
I don't know.
Because you're not supposed to put water on grease fires.
Oh.